星さん、お忙しいとこすいません。この間5日前にニューヨークで会ったばかりなのに、またジュネーブでお会いできて、本当に兄弟みたいな仲になりましたね。あなたアメリカ人でカービルの経験者としてはもう今あなたぐらいしか残っていないんではないんでしょうか。
Most of the individuals are now 80 or 90 years old. I was the youngest when I got there, and I continue to be the youngest. But they're very elderly, so in the next 5 years, you are right, I might be the only one alive that was a Carville. I have spoken about my story many times. I hadn't done that in a while. But it brings back memories, and some of them joyful, but many of them painful. When I was very young, I kept getting fevers and blisters and nodules. I could not explain. I had difficulty breathing. I had sensitivity to pain. My parents took me to doctors. They took me to folk healers. They took me to dermatologists, and no one knew what I had. My mother came into my room and cried in my chest, asking for forgiveness, because she felt that God was punishing her through me, and she wanted me to forgive her. I could not forgive my mother. I didn't have to forgive my mother.
What age does it
I had just turned 20.
具体的な生活上差別のようなものを受けられた経験があるんでしょうか。
Whenever I would go into town, and people found out what I had. I also had discoloration on my skin from all the experimental medication. So I would hear the word, the leper, and they would not serve me. I would go ahead and try to buy things, and they would not accept the money. They simply did not want to have anything to do with me, and I didn't understand that. And then my wife also experienced that indirectly because her mother wanted her to break our relationship. She was so afraid of the disease and felt that she would also get the disease. I call that motherly love, but it's a form of discrimination as well.
そのカービルの生活状況っていうのはどんなもんだったですか。何か印象に残ることはありますか。
I was transported to Carville, the National Leprosarium, in a hearse, and that's reserved for the dead people. I was given the last rites by a priest, thinking that I would die on the trip, and then I spent 7 years going through much pain, emotional pain and spiritual pain.
何年でしたっけ、カービルに入られたのは。
It was in 1968.
あなたが入られた時には名前を変える必要もなかったわけですね、それでは。
So as soon as I arrived, they asked my parents, "What name would you like to have?" And my parents said, "I want him to keep his name." So it was my parents' decision, and I'm glad. And at one time, I felt so depressed because I was separated from my girlfriend, from my family. I wanted to go to the other side of the fence, and the only way that I thought I could do that was if I died. So I thought about killing myself. And the other patients saw me, through their eyes and the depression that was in my face, and they stayed with me all night and prevented me from killing myself. So yes, there was a lot of dark sides, but a lot of bright sides as well. And I cannot, go back and say that it was all bad.
I see.
There were some very unique moments for me.
あなたが非常に素晴らしいニュースレターをね出していらっしゃいますが、あれはどういうきっかけでお始めになったんですか？
Well, the Star originally was published in the 1930s by Stanley Stein. And you had to have been a patient in order to be an editor. So in 1995, they asked me to be the editor. It took me many, many years to find the courage in my soul to be able to say, I had the disease. Now it's a matter of being a voice for all the others that have gone before me and those who have gone behind me. That's why I decided to work on the Star. Arigato, Mr. Sasakawa. Arigato. Arigato. Very good.